So I wanted to make a video here as I was probably going to make some more topics of it, but I was thinking they knew that they were using my mother to intentionally turn on our children to make sure they would gain the profitable gains they wanted, financial, morally, and it was all against my mother and the principles of what my belief, and it was just to squander everything, because if my mother wanted it just the same way that my mother threw that child away and had to get rid of it and didn't want to take care of the little girl princess, she has to do that in order to protect the young little kids, because it was me, Frankie, and Julian. In order to sacrifice me, Frankie, and Julian, my mom felt like she had to sacrifice Julian's identical twin. The way that my mother, when I was 4 years old, I was like 5 or 4 years old. Yeah, I was like 5, no more than 6 years old. And my mother got held hostage with a knife, and her knife pulled up to her throat. And at the last minute, when Frankie's about to get horrifically raped and he's waiting in his room, my mother runs after the guy, or kind of quickly runs after him, and then says, "No, not him. He's just a little boy. He's just a little boy. It is fine. Okay, you can take that one." And that's what she said. She said, "Oh no, está bien. You can get that one." So she says, "Sacrifice and go rape the shit out of Frankie, but I saved one of them, and I saved at least one of them. I have to sacrifice this one in order to protect this one." So what happens when the house gets sold and all this money and all this celebrity or whatever all that's going on? It's, then sacrifice me, because then you make my mother feel gratitude. Oh, but you're an adult now. Is that what that is? So they know that my mother's always willing to kill one child and feel comfortable with it. That's why they can do and rape me, and they can do all of immediately horrible horrors of things to me. Because she knows my mother won't be arguing and saying "fuck you" to the president or to, Ken or Sarah Cooper, because the psychologist. They know she won't. So she has to kill this child. She dumps this child. She dumps Frankie, and then you get her to dump me. No, and then it was just go help Julian's identical twin. Oh, but it was just, can't get a job in 40 tickets. I get cancer. Let's make Sarah Cooper's family and then give the credit right there and let it take advantage of it. So it doesn't change the fact that my mother has to basically get rid of this child. Oh, I get a car, Dodge Intrepid, 1997, brand new, $25,000 car. Oh, but I let Frankie get raped by 10 homosexual men and all this had happened, but I can't do nothing. But I have to let Frankie get raped in front of her. She sacrifices Frankie for me. And she said that whenever she was running after. She said, no, this one, you can take him. You can take him. This is what she says. I remember that very clearly. Because when she went to save me, and she said, no, es muy se puede decir con eso. So she got real scared, and she said, okay, you could take that one. And this is when she's already practicing this at 20 years old. 21. Imagine what she does when she gets 40 years old and it's about President Barack Obama and all this goddamn shit that they were doing. You see how easy it is for her to manipulate? Just throw that child away. No, this child gets raped by 10. No, and it's just, Patricia Gaydina for the transgender movement for Barack Obama's daughter. And for Kenneth and Ken Cooper. She's practicing and getting rid of this child at a very young age. The psychologist and everyone knew this. So if she's willing to practice and say that, what else do you think she's willing to practice? Oh, it's because Osama bin Laden killed somebody, and then he has to practice that, and so he really can. It's just like my mother. They know that my mother, they could use her to try to kill me and get rid of me, and that's exactly what they want, and that's what they're organizing. They knew this. They knew this from the fucking very beginning, and they're lying.